So we probably can't stop everybody from foraging, but we are trespassing into a foreign land.
So I just paid for 18 days worth of rations. Wait, actually, let me get 6 more, so that's 3 more.
Oh, and that's the Phelan, who are the wolves, who are night. There's also the Feacullen, the Screeberaw, and a bunch of other people who are going to look at us and say, "Oh my heavens, that's steel weaponry. We should take that away from them." So, excuse me while I cover up the world's most sword.
Hey, look at that wimpy armadillo in the back. He's smothered in steel. Let's take that.
I mean, the pay is worth more than Harmon's Battle Air, right? How did Gaston get this? This is like ridiculous.
I think I got signature item. I could go pull up the sheet at some point.
Yes. Harmon, you definitely can arrange a fight at the pit. I think they probably would give you a tryout, like an audition kind of against a typical, and you would clean the floor with them. So you could get an audition, you could get a match, they would put something together for you. But I like the idea of you guys sticking together as a team. So let's say that it would not conflict with this expedition. We can either do it before you guys set out or after you guys come back.
Let's give Carmen his fight. He had a whole week to do things.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, plus I can bet on Harmon and make a little money.
Okay. Yeah, an exhibition. Yeah, it's just going to be a one-person fight. But I guess I wonder. So it's definitely going to be harsher rules than the rules in the tournament. But I don't know how harsh. Do they have like blood sport, or is this arena mostly for? Well, like Rafferty said that it was mostly for like.
So they have trial by combat.
Trial by combat. I assume that's to the death.
Yes. So it's not pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, in theory, okay, man. So the Bisclave have judicial champions. So basically, if you're a rich noble, you want to show off that you're an awesome warrior, but there's no open war going on. So what do? Well, you train a guy and then say, oh, well, we'll have him fight in the trial by combat. We'll have him fight, I don't know, 20 or 30 condemned prisoners all at once. Why not?
Like mass execution by combat.
It entertains people. We can sell tickets. People can bet against them. I can show off how great my judicial champion killed 30 criminals last night. I mean, these are not nice people. The aristocracy. Why am I laughing when I condemn the aristocracy? I mean, yeah, it's pretty brutal. Having 2 judicial champions face off against each other would probably not be gladiatorial. That would definitely be some sort of weird exhibition. But it would be unlikely that they would involve Harmon in on that, because unless Harmon has a sponsor, there's no one to show off. I would think that Harmon would go in there so he wouldn't fight to the death. He would probably be there to fight against a champion, so the champion can beat him up and show how superior the Bisclave way of life is to the white shields that are taken off the street. Which, of course, begs the question that, well, Harmon's a pretty studly guy, so if he wins, he's probably not going to come back. I mean, the question is like how you make money. Someone would have to pay you money to get in a fight, and you probably wouldn't get to your plan. This isn't pit fighting. I know I called it that. Like exhibition matches. I mean, I don't know. He might be able to get an exhibition match where to warm up people for the crowd. I haven't put a lot of thought into it because it's also pretty unpleasant.
Yeah.
So he might be able to show off. They might have him fight. They might have him kill exotic animals. Good old bear baiting or whatever passes for it in Ironclaw.
Yeah.
The murder drunk.
But yeah. But I mean, I hate to say it, but like just like professional wrestling's an they would probably pay Harmon to take a dive.
Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Well, listen, I think Harmon has to put his desires on hold for a lot of our adventures because his desires basically are just fighting really, really tough opponents. And I think that he deserves this, if nothing else. This is the perfect opportunity for Harmon to make a name for himself. And I could definitely envision a world where the nobles that liked to gamble on these things and maybe represent, their champions like they were collecting Pokemon. I'm sure there's someone out there who's pissed off at the current reigning champion's owner and would love to see him brought down.
You guys know what a dark horse candidate is, right?
No, but it sounds like
the darkest horse.
Okay, so that's when you do a race and you don't want everybody to know that you have a thoroughbred in the race that's much more likely to win. So you usually disguise them by painting them dark. So yeah, what you just described makes a lot of sense. Some noble might want to embarrass somebody else's champion, so he grabs this Harmon off of the street, sponsors him just to embarrass somebody else. That would require getting a hookup, which I think our actor people could help out with if they're still friendly with us, because even though Harmon, I don't think, has a lot of gossip and etiquette, the actor people do.
They do. They could, and they know people. Like you said, they can get you the hookup. And they are, indebted to you. You have ingratiated yourselves to them. So they will definitely put you in touch with this guy. He is a boar. He's a pig, but also a boar. In any case,
a visiting dignitary from Dolor or Aberdefaw domain would be funny.
All right, and he's here on official business, but every time he makes the trip to Harrowgate, he likes to bet on these, and he has sort of like his stable of fighters. And try as he might, he can't dethrone the champion. But when he sees you, he immediately gets a gleam in his eye, and he says, "Ah, yes. You will do quite nicely, lad. If you can show up that monstrosity that they keep in the ring, I can pay you handsomely for your trouble. Of course, you realize the risk you put yourself in, but it looks like you're no stranger to the dangers of pit fighting. So, I could say, 30 dinar, probably more than a brute like you would see in a lifetime. And if you can beat him, I can promise more where that came from." He's trying to get you in his pocket, essentially. He's like sizing you up. Oh, for free? Oh, that's
an interesting negotiating tactic you have, Harmon.
I mean, certainly I would not turn down the opportunity to see that sword arm of yours, but might I ask why you're willing to endanger yourself in this way? Don't make others pay for my play. Wow, okay. He looks a little bit afraid when you say that, and he realizes that he's dealing with someone who isn't in it for the money, which it means that he doesn't have the power over you that he's used to, and this seems to bother him. But he's going to say, well, as it is to my purpose, I suppose, I will, yes, I can sponsor you, so long as you get egg on the face of that, bastard. What is a good Bisclave noble name? Let's see here. The
Croix.
Lacroix.
Always good stand, boy.
Boss Hog.
Boss. Hog LaCroix.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Well, them deep boys didn't know it, but they was in a heap of trouble.
He was in a heap of trouble. Okay. We're gonna say sorry, I just want to mark this down. LaCroix. Okay. All right. So yes, and our dude here, he needs to be a Doloro. I call them Dolos in my notes because it's shorter than writing out the French. But yeah, we need him a good name for him as well. We'll call him. Oh, good names, perfect. We'll call him Mercer. I like that, Sir Mercer.
Is his last name Neri?
What was that?
Is his last name Neri?
Neri Mercer. Oh, I see.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Okay. Boss Hog, aka Mercer. That's his real name. All right. So, yes, he says if you manage to muss up the face of LaCroix's reigning champion, then you do me a service. And, well, I guess we'll speak of payment after the fact then. All right. Mercer kills me. Quite the effect. Some sort of effect. A Mercer-related effect. I mean, if he spares your life, that would be a Mercer-esque effect. All right, so sorry, I'm sort of trying to put this together in a hurry, but I like the idea that this guy is an enforcer, and I like the idea that he is a rhino raised in the Phalan territories, who, by Phalan law, who has found fortune in the fighting pits of Harrowgate under the employ of one LaCroix. It even rhymes. Make it harder! Should be a supernaut? Is that what you want? That's what you want.
Roll 5d12 at him and say, this is what you get.
Fine, is this what you want? I don't want to kill Harmon in a meaningless pit fight. Not that I think that would necessarily happen, because everything I've thrown at Harmon so far, he's kind of like chewed up and spit out. It's more that I'm intimidated by the sheer number of gifts that appear on these supernaut stat blocks, guys. It's ridiculous. My God. I mean, give it a try. Yeah, you use this guy. This guy, I can't even count, but over 20 gifts on this page alone. The stat block is ridiculous. This is for Vaslov, which is the only stat block we have. Oh, Christ.
Vaslov shows them.
Oh my God. Okay.
Vaslov, weren't you supposed to be king now? What are you doing here in this random fighting pit?
I don't want to. I really don't want to use this whole. Okay, we can try this. No, we're doing an enforcer. I'm sorry. You're gonna kick his ass. You're definitely gonna kick his ass. But I wouldn't feel good about trying to throw together a stat block in like the time we have remaining. So who knows? Maybe this will get you closer to a fight with a supernaut. But I don't think in good conscience I can do that right now. I'm probably already gonna mess this up. Okay. So this brute. He's a rhino, which I think gives him giant.
Yep, so he'll have the same reach as Harmon will.
All right. So Harmon, you've put together. There's quite a large gathering because every time that this rhino fights, they call him Smasher, and every time he fights, it is a spectacle. They claim that he is undefeated.
Rhinos don't get giant; they get charging strike, increased trait, body, and strength.
Okay, well this one's also getting giant because I said so.
Okay, they do get species tactics.
That's true. He does get for his species. He does have a big booty, so he'll have a D12 body instead of a D10 body. Flying by the seat of our pants here. Okay, yes, this rhino. He's carrying He's got mighty grip, so he can carry an awkward weapon as if it was not an awkward weapon. It's a large flail of some kind. Maybe Griff or Rafferty could find me an appropriate stat block for a large flail. I'm thinking of not even flail. I'm thinking of those big mallets you see like Oni wielding in like Japanese art, like the giant club that's made of metal and has studs on it.
Like a warhammer?
I guess a warhammer could work.
I forget which one's awkward. Because the Maul is the one that's got the spikes on it. Yeah, I think you're thinking of the, was it Hanbo? Hanbo?
I don't actually know what the word is for it.
It's not the Tetsubo. Tetsubo is something different.
Yeah. Although now that I'm looking at the chart, I guess most weapons aren't actually awkward.
There's Zweihander.
Flails are. Yeah, but Zweihander is a sword, right?
Yeah.
There we go. I thought we had a Maul on here. I guess we don't.
It's a Galloway flail.
I'll just give him the halberd. It's oh no, that halberd. Where is the mother of all axes? Wow, I'm losing my mind.
Stone
I thought
axe?
That would be too weird.
Oh, but if you did want a flail, the Galloway flail is awkward.
The Galloway flail is the one that's the 3 bars that you swing it.
Yeah, I can't even really picture
We do have the
that,
Warhammer.
actually.
It's on rare melee weapons. It's damage +4, awkward, and doesn't vary.
That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
we put it
he's
as
got one
2
of
different
those.
words because I forgot. We went with whatever the Associated Press guide says. Associated Press says Warhammer is 2 different words.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
So
yes, he has a Warhammer.
But we didn't do that with Axe, so I don't know why. Technically, Axe is AX. Only gamers spell it AXE.
Seriously. Iron chain link, yeah. At the end of a long chain attached. Right? That is too bizarre and too elaborate for this guy. We're gonna go with the Warhammer. So let's give this a try. This guy is basically he's like eating up praise from the crowds. He swings this large warhammer over his head, and he's ready to go. To determine focus, he will roll as well. All right, that's we'll say that you guys start close enough so you can take focus, Harmon, with your 3. This guy's also going to have focus. And do you want to attack first or second? I'll let you pick because this guy doesn't care. Okay, then he's going to let out a mighty roar and charge at you. And he has focus, so he's going to aim. If he has focus, he's going to guard, aim, and take a swing at you, because we're going to assume that you guys are both at range. So he will roll for this thing. 2d10 and a d... Giant doesn't give you any additional stuff, right? So it's just going to be 2d10 with his Warhammer counter. And he's aiming, and he's a veteran, so that's a D12. Cool. And you're going to break it to guard. Yeah, it's 2 7s and a 6. All right. So that's 3 going through for you, plus 2 is 5. He will soak it with his 2d10. All right, soaks 2 of the 5, which brings him to 3.
Still up after a hit from Herman.
Yeah, I'm going to use this token here to just track this stuff with. So 3 damage goes through. Reeling, hurt, afraid, injured. And let me see, does he have Unshakable's immune to overkill fear, so he's not... But to make this interesting, he has his patron in the stands who's going to attempt to rally him with 2d8. 2d6, he's a typical. Okay, 1 success, we're going to take the fear off. Boom. Still rallied, still hurt, still injured, and it is Harmon's action. Guard and attack. Okay, and he's reeling, so he can't counter. He will, well, it's hard to parry with the axe, right? So maybe he'll just dodge. He dodges with a D10.
Yep, better have a good dodge.
It's a D10, but it's not going to beat 2 12s.
Nope.
He doesn't actually have the
Absolutely.
dodge skill.
Harmon's that good.
Oh, okay. All right, then.
There is a professional career that specializes.
Oh, but he was guarding, right? So he's going to roll.
He does get a bonus D12. Guarding is a bonus
7.
D12 to every defense.
Yikes. Still not great, though. 7 damage. Okay. He's going to tap his first toughness to make this weak. He also has Die Hard, which means he gets plus a D6 to soak because he's injured. So we're going to do the same trick.
Is this first blood?
Sorry?
Is this first blood?
Is this first blood?
Okay,
He's
Die
already been
Hard
hit.
is a bonus to your soak if you're already hurt and injured.
Yes,
Are you
he's already
hit. He's both, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, I missed that. You're killing him too quickly.
You're killing him way too quickly, yes.
All right,
The first counter was brutal.
You've got
So
7 points, and it's weak, so you get to soak twice. Try not to die.
Yep, and he's rolling plus 2d6. So his 2d10 is his soak, so it's going to be 2d6 and 2d10 to soak, and he's rolling them twice. So 4d6, 4d10. Can I roll them or can I roll them? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that brings it down to 3 damage, which means no change. Still reeling. But he's down a toughness. And he's afraid again. Okay, afraid again. All right, so we're going to try to rally him again with 2d6, and let's see if he just taps out. And that would be a fail. So I think he would cave. He would, like, I don't know, is there a... Can't tap out. If it's to the death, right? So what does afraid mean? He can't fight, but he also is... There's no crying in baseball.
Because you still can counterattack. Then you guard and counterattack, wait, and hope you can make the other guy go afraid.
Right, so he's still afraid.
You have the pit fighter career, which has the gift of bravery, which allows you to remove fear.
Ooh, I mean, he is a pit fighter, right? So that would make total sense.
If your career is pit fighter, you have the gift of bravery. You can tap that and remove fear.
Okay, so we're doing that. We're tapping.
We saw this coming.
Yeah, you're right. That makes more sense. So rather than guarding, because he's a berserker, he's not going to guard. He's going to use his first action to tap that pit fighter. I assume it's a battle action.
No, you can just tap bravery. It's free. It's not an action.
Nice. Then he's going to aim and attack. So he's going to swing at you with an additional D12.
Well, you were reeling, right? Because you were hit.
That's right. I missed that. So he's not going to aim.
Cover from reeling, tap bravery so you can attack, and then attack.
And then attack. Or guard and wait for the counterattack. He'll do that. Now, like I said, berserker. So he's just going to attack wildly. So 2d10. Just making sure here. Yeah, 2d10. Coming at you. Blip. Yeah. Okay, damage +2. 5 damage. All right. Does that include his hurt and injury, though? 7 damage. Yeah, there we go. All right. So, we're going to tap his second toughness. So, let it be known he's now out of toughnesses. Yeah, and he's soaking with 2d10. And 2d6 because of the hurt, the die hard, and it's tough, so it's once again 4d6 and 4d10. All right,
I was about to say they could still live that,
5.
but
haha. Okay, knocks it down to 2. He gets his fear back and his reeling.
You know, recharging bravery is so.
That would take an action, right? Okay.
Right. So you'd probably recover from reeling and guard if you're going to live that long.
Yeah. Considering it's still, I mean, that was his attack on his action, so I'm going to try to rally him. Or was it a counter on your action? I lost track of that.
That was his counter attack. So it's going to be Harmon's turn, and Harmon's going to kill you.
Harmon.
I attacked you. So while it's still bad guy's turn, I'm going to try one more rally to see if I can get that fear off. Okay. I already rallied this turn? Okay, then never mind.
Yep, so I think you're kind of bummed.
Okay, then. First thing you did, that's right. So, Harmon, take it away. Guard attack. Does this guy have any vengeful fighting?
Just in case this doesn't totally kill.
Yeah, that's an 11.
And he's going to re-roll one of those.
And he's
bummer. You might actually live.
Parry.
Weakest attack so
Don't
far.
forget your bonus D8 because he's reeling.
Yeah. He's really just got a D10 to dodge.
Your only defense is to dodge.
8
hey, you might live. Because only the 11 and the 9 are hits.
Yep, so that's 4 plus 2
damage.
is 6. Alright, he's out of toughnesses, though.
Soak it.
2d10. Oh, and 2d6. 2d6.
Yeah, because of Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yeah.
You are still... No, actually, that's only out of 6 points. You've only soaked 2. That's 4.
So that's 4
you're
dying.
Down. Yeah, you're down. It's finally down.
Finally down. Harmon, hey, you haven't ended him. You can still see his labored breathing, and there's boos and cries and shouts and cheers from the crowd. You stand over his bloodied body, and Harmon delivers the death blow. It's quick and efficient, and met with gasps. You can see in the stands that LaCroix, the noble LaCroix, throws down his glove in disgust. And from your side of the pit, Harmon, you just know that the boss hog is chuckling to himself as his men collect the gambling, the winnings after you leave the pit. He says, that was a great show. Great show. Well, now, it seems that we have the reigning champion on our sides. Here, and he offers you a purse that is fat with coins. Your share of the take from the bets that we placed. Walk away. Do not talk to him. He shouts after you. He's like, "Hey, that's not how this works. You're my man now." Yeah, you hate the Doloro nobility especially. He seems kind of furious. No one walks away from boss what do you call him? Boss Mercer. But Harmon
Imagine
does.
That person, he turns and says that to someone, and the guy he says it to turns and goes, "Who are you gonna send after him?"
Yeah.
He just killed this guy.
The people that he pays to yell at, they know better than to talk than to backtalk. But it is a fair point, and no one goes to pursue Harmon for now. Who knows what may happen in the future. But yeah. So with that, we're coming up to the end of our time for the session. Do you guys want to confirm any more prep work you're going to do for your expedition, or do you want to go straight into the summary, the debrief?
We have food, we have camping gear, we have a scout, we're leaving the battle wagon behind, I believe. This is uncharted
can't
terrain.
guarantee that the roads ahead will be good for it. Plus, also, riding a battle wagon, I think, is asking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it'll stay in Harrogate.
I mean, like if any of the local lords say, "Hey, you came here on a war expedition," we would say no. So what's that? I couldn't hear you. It's a war wagon.
No.
Other than that,
it's an ice cream cart.
It's a land boat.
It's a land boat. Perfect.
The Doctor Mobile.
So
Dock in a box.
So in the debriefing, I'm having fun because this is the usual mix of cynical medievalism, brilliant combat encounters, and pedantry.
I'm having fun. I had a bit of interacting with the major villain of today as well, and it turned out great.
I'm actually super thrilled. I was not that was an unexpected delight for me, is that this guy has not exited the story yet and instead has kind of become like, it's like the second arc of the anime where now they're traveling, they've like made friends, reluctant friends with their villain, and interesting. I like it.
Yeah, this is the point where Vegeta goes back and kills all of his coworkers.
Yeah, right. Like, we'll see.
Now there's 2 people harrying Harmon for a refight.
Exactly. Only 2.
Is there more? Let's add them to the list together.
I've got a running list.
It comes in with this foreign guy and a horse.
Yeah, exactly. They have the makings of an Injustice League going.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, Harmon. Like, this is exactly the scenario I want to predict. I think you only have 2 so far, though. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean that is
Vega
a tasty proposition.
Might.
If we did something like that, I would ask everyone to run a different character because these guys have so many like gifts on them.
You never actually fought him. He just hates you anyway.
That's true.
Never fought Della Vega. He's never fought Della Vega. We might be able to take down. Also, I've learned how to fight.
It's true.
I mean, did you see that where I stabbed somebody?
You stabbed somebody
down in a
today.
single hit?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm using the world's most expensive rapier, but if I was using just a regular rapier, it would have been damage +2. It still would have been pretty brutal. So, I mean, I've come a long way. Anushka was deliberately designed. All character, because it's a point-based game, get gifts by accomplishing goals. The game is set up that what you do will improve your character organically. So,
yeah, it's cool that way. It's cool that like characters are shaped by their experiences and like what you need them to be. They can kind of grow to be that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for other people. I got really frustrated when I was playing a level-based game, and something happened right now, and I was thinking, oh man, I need to do something about that. But I didn't level up. So 2 or 3 sessions later, when I did level up, I forgot all about it, and even then, I couldn't have picked something that would deal with it anyway.
Exactly. Or it's a it's a case-by-case scenario. You want that particular ability, but then you don't run into a situation to use it for a while. So it's like, this would have been useful here, but now it's going to be 5 sessions before it comes back into play, even though I spent the resources to get it.
And then when it is, so you wind up building your character on the lowest possible baseline. Well, I like looking at my character sheet and looking like I'm a carriage driver. Why am I a carriage driver? Because we needed one. Yeah. So I put a mark in the skill, and then I got a gift for it. I got the knack for driving. Sold back yet. And it was like, I haven't sold this back yet. It's something I'm actually doing. It's like, this wouldn't have happened if the circumstances hadn't pushed me into it. So I enjoy that kind of part of it.
Yep. Similarly, like I started with this doctor character, just like, throw it together, make it the character nobody notices. And now he's having important talks with other people, converting them, is a negotiator, is the carriage driver, and also a reasonably powerful white mage.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's been a journey.
I love those characters that start out maybe a little bit bland, but then get interesting through play, right? I think that's actually really cool.
I would say that's definitely my default. Like, hey, find out who this character is by playing him.
Yeah. I also would say, we never addressed this, but if you guys were ever in a position where you wanted to try playing a different character, you don't necessarily have to wait for your character to die. We can talk about retiring characters and introducing new ones. That's something we can do. But I do like all your characters. I think they're really strong. I'm glad we stuck with them this long.
Well, speaking of that, my plan is if Connor dies and Potter survives to play Potter.
Yeah, I was literally thinking that during the session, like, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Bring Harmon a super knot.
Speaking of, one last thing to think about. Connor, are you still injured?
No.
Okay.
Cool.
I wasn't sure where we were on that one.
One last thing to think about. You guys, did you end up taking that sparrow that you saved from death with you to Harrogate?
Well, yeah, we weren't going to abandon him on the road.
Cool. We should think about what you guys did with him if you turned him over to the Bisclarve authorities and under what pretense.
I'm guessing that's what Connor would have done.
Yeah.
So, we delivered the parcel to Harrogate. What did we get as a reward for that?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about our gifts for today.
Yep.
You guys completed 2 gifts, I think. So the first one was finishing the Harrogate delivery. And by the way, that is going to be a chapter end. So take an additional XP for completing the chapter. Goals. Yes. So deliver the Dubois package to safety. I'm going to offer everyone the gift of hiking. And also, you guys...
We already have the gift of hiking.
You guys already got the gift of hiking?
No,
I don't think I do.
If it's
I have it. I'm a messenger.
Yeah, if it's a gift that I have already offered people, then offered the party, then I'll come up with something else. But if you just had that already,
you could give me something different, like Insider with Harrogate.
Okay. I feel like I already said Insider with the Dubois Company at this point as well, so Harrogate might be the way to go.
Sorry, local knowledge of Harrogate. Since I went out to party and you guys did.
Yeah, sure, I like that. Okay. So for everybody, we'll be hiking, except for Anushka, which is local knowledge of Harrogate, because
I was probably talking about the actors and all that kind of stuff, and I know all the...
Yeah. They know their way around. Speaking of the actors, Theta pointed out, second goal was to help Tess's get the traveling troops safely to Harrogate. You guys did that. They were showing you performance tricks along the way, so I would offer everyone the gift of performance of their choice if they wanted it. And if we look at performance, I think there's like juggling, dancing, singing. I don't know what you guys would do with this if you kept it, but that's what they had to offer instead of money. So
now we go to the juggling sermons.
Oh boy. What'd you say, Raph?
I said I do specialize in being a distraction.
Yes, that might be useful. Find the performance.
Oh, performance oratory would actually be perfect then.
Yeah.
Oratory
happened a couple of times.
People might actually show up to your sermons, and I believe that's actually a prerequisite for some of the sacerdotal spells.
Hey, there you go.
Oratory is its own gift.
Yeah, I'll have to go ahead and take a look through them. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that too. We'll have time.
Yeah, it's on page 59 if anyone's interested.
Yeah, Harmon just sells it back because he thinks of nothing but murder.
Yeah.
There's only one person who thinks of murder more than Harmon, and that's Troy.
No,
Troy the murder drunk.
I'm going to say right now, nothing would be greater than Harmon looming over his competitor after they've been bloodied and beaten. They're on the ground, barely holding onto life, holding up a hand to like guard themselves. Harmon puts away his weapon, pulls out the 5 balls, and just starts juggling.
The ultimate dunk.
Is it murder when you get paid? Yes, it still is. Usually that's called assassination.
You could do the thing where you kind of like you prop them up on your lap, and then you just work the jaw and you do ventriloquism.
Yeah. Yes. Is that a different crime? Yes, it's called first degree murder. So it's the same crime.
Cool. Might makes right, indeed.
All right.
Yeah, thank goodness we're here in Bisclave domain where Mike's right. So, all right, so we're going to go off into the wilderness. Great, we're going to Goblin territory. I hope you guys are happy.
Goblins will be fun. Surely
Goblins
they will
don't exist.
appreciate this chapbook.
Okay, you know that Harmon is going to look for a Marigna because they have the ultimate death sword. He's going to have to try and fight one because he's insane.
Oh my
right there. I knew it.
That's going to be great.
Because the sword that they wield is insane. It does slaying damage with sweep. It is the ultimate sword in the game.
If Harmon can defeat them, well.
Yeah.
If he can defeat it, they are defeatable.
So I guess looking forward to a supernaturally enhanced Harmon here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I guess let's go ahead and do our sign-outs. Raph, you want to get started?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, people who are in our official Sanguine Discord, which we send out links to, yes, we are finishing Book of Corals. Stuff is showing up. Yes. So I'm sharing it, and we're going to have an update before the end of July. And I believe July ends in 3 days. So.
Yep.
Excellent.
Red, you go ahead.
Yep. And if this looks like fun, you can book me to run your own games of Ironclaw or 5th edition D&D or 5th edition Vampire. I am available. Well, contact me for availability. You can find me at startplaying.games/GM/oracularpig. Yeah, hit me up there and we'll talk.
All right. And as always, I'm Griffin, and this is Theta. We run the stream here. Coming up next, you're going to enjoy some Wicked Ones. Join us every Sunday and Wednesday where we stream games. And I'm not going to forget the thing. Join us this Friday where we'll be doing a podcast, Notes from the A-Love, where we'll be joined with Rafferty and talking about design things. So if you like RPGs and you like talk about how they're made and how some of them are good and some of them aren't, come join us.
Our particular idiosyncrasies of what we think is good. I mean, you're valid too.
Which is better than everyone else's opinion, right?
Well, I don't like to say better. I mean, it is true, but I don't like to say it.
Basically, if you like the parts of this stream where we're not playing the game, that's Notes from the Aleph. It's just
really, the game worse opinions. Yes. Are there better opinions? No.
There you go.
Everyone's got an opinion. So.
All right. And once again, thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for playing. Thanks for running. And we'll catch you next time. See
you
ya.
later, guys.
See you.